This storm will kill you.
Look! I'm telling you! You know what I mean,
But if
folks?
rich people aren't looking out for us, who is?
It makes no difference which one of us you vote for. Either way, your planet is doomed.
You're listening to the Our Take Podcast with Bryan Sherman.
He had a full head, all the way till the end. It was white, and I was hoping to get that. I was hoping to get, like, the full head, and it was really hard to cut it off.
And Spencer Rogers.
To be a good pilot, you have to be able to make good decisions. And I know what my credit score is, so I know I don't make good decisions.
This is the Our Take Podcast.
From Scary Parrot Media Studios in Ogden, Utah, it's the Our Take Podcast, episode 149. I'm Bryan.
I am Spencer.
I'm Danny.
Danny's here. We'll get him added to the intro. Everything's okay.
I just realized I'm going to have to,
Re-record.
you know what? I'm going to use AI.
You have to,
I'm gonna I don't want to pay that guy to do that again.
it'll be like a cool voice, like with the vocal fry, like that guy. It's Bryan Sherman.
Dude,
Spencer
have you-
Rogers.
have
And
you-
Danny.
Danny.
Brett is wrong, Bob.
It is May the 9th, everybody. On this day in history, the brand new Sukhoi Superjet 100 plane crashes. The regional jet was the first airliner produced in Russia since the end of the USSR in 1991.
Yeah.
The doomed flight was a demonstration tour carrying potential customers and also former customers now. All 45 people on board perished in the crash, which was caused by pilot error. Do you know the year?
Must have been after the fall.
It is after the fall because it is the first
So 1996.
2012. Isn't that weird?
No, I should have known that. I know that they're working on jets, and
But it's weird to me that
yeah.
this was the first airliner produced since the end of the USSR in 91.
Well, the U.S. and France have a pretty strong grip on the airlines.
Like we were just selling them?
Yeah, like most people
Gotcha.
fly Boeing and Airbus, and then Embraer and Bombardier. Those are the main ones. But Boeing and Airbus are the mainest of them.
Interesting. This day in history, in 1997, Pete Peterson becomes the first U.S. ambassador to visit Vietnam after the end of the war. Another strange length of time.
Pete Peterson.
1997.
Let's after
Yeah.
Parents.
He's the first ambassador to visit Nam after the war. 25 years after it ended?
well, that's like the Japanese dudes that still thought World War II was going on in the 70s.
Man. That was a
Dude.
crazy story.
Yeah.
They found him in the jungle and they didn't believe anybody.
The 70s, man.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you
I
haven't looked
believe
into
that.
that.
Still
I can't believe
people.
that's real. But
Well-
I know it is. I just can't believe it's real, though.
Their general is like, don't believe anybody
Yeah.
that tells you.
Just crawling through the jungle, shooting at people.
Like, I just want to imagine this general giving his rousing speech. Like, we're still fighting. It's never going to end. He walks out
not
like
over.
2 meters and gets shot.
And he's got nothing else to go on.
Nothing else.
30 years later.
Oh,
Yeah.
what would you do if you found out? What if that was you? You found out you've been living in the jungle, fighting a war with no one
Like 25
for
years.
25, 30 years.
Everybody else had moved on.
I would be pissed, but
Yeah.
also there's no way I would do that because I would have given up like a month
Well,
in. I've
you
been
would've-
like, I haven't heard from General. I almost did a racist.
Johnson.
Wong?
It's like
General
a little
Ho?
bit too much
I mean,
to the letter of the order.
right.
Like,
Let's be honest.
Crimson Tide.
You would have dodged the draft.
Probably.
Actually, you probably would have joined the North,
Wait.
the Vietnamese.
Oh,
I thought we were talking World War II.
Oh yeah, it did happen in World War II, didn't it?
I thought you
Yeah,
would
that's what I
somehow
was talking about.
transition
That's right. That
to the
was-
Civil War, and I was like, the North?
It probably
I mean,
happened. It could have
I
happened.
would hope I was in the North, but knowing my ancestry, probably not. Probably not.
It could have happened.
I'm pretty sure I have people on the South in my
Yeah.
my family history.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Mine were
Your camera is too far to the left now.
too far to the something
Yeah.
to the left. How do you know?
Because I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
I mean, I think we're gonna run into some issues.
that's all right.
We gotta-
Listen, we're trying to get posting more on TikTok. So
Right.
So the fans.
is my mammoth still in there?
The mammoth is in there.
Okay.
We need to talk about that.
By the way, since our last show,
Yeah.
Spencer had a birthday.
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh, well done.
I did. I
Good job.
forgot.
As is tradition
Right.
on the podcast. Happy birthday.
What you? That's so cool.
Which one is it? Is
It's
it
the
die-cast?
Nebula. That's. I'm shocked. I'm shook right now.
Shook
I'm
him.
shook.
Let me see it.
Show the camera. Look how nice.
Look at that.
Show them first.
A nice,
I do not have this model, and I've always wanted it.
1/58th scale to the original. I believe is accurate.
so I'm
I'll have to
sure.
go
Say
to the
that on
real
the
one in
box.
Kentucky. Oh wait, that's the Ark. Sorry.
Yeah.
Different.
Oh, that's so cool, man. Thank you.
Happy
Ship.
birthday.
Thank you.
Is that from Deep Space Nine?
No, it appears frequently. It's not. There's not like an established ship, but I mean, it is an established ship, but it's not like a hero ship.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, it's in a lot of the movies. It's just an extra model they had
Alright.
that they throw
Background
in
ship.
the one of the more Farragut ship is in Star Trek Generations.
Deep State-
anyway, it
Deep
doesn't
State
matter. I
Nine.
could
Deep
get
State
into
Nine.
nerdy.
Do you guys ever
Deep State Nine.
read a word out of context and forget how to pronounce? Well, not realize how to pronounce it because it's so out of context. Can I give you an example?
Yes.
So you
please.
said hero ship a
Yeah.
second ago, right?
Yeah.
This is embarrassing. Remember the restaurant? Oh man, not Quiznos, another sub place.
Fuddruckers.
No,
Subs,
I know
and
what
it was
you're
like
talking
New York
about.
based?
I know what you're talking about.
Schlotsky's.
Yeah,
No.
no.
They had
Gandolfo's.
Gandolfos.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
I was there with my brother
Gandolfos.
once. I was like, I don't know, 16 or so, you know, and all of their sandwiches are like ingredients on a hero roll. But it was so out of context for me at 16 years old. I looked over my brother. I'm like,
You know?
what's an arrow? What's an arrow roll? Thinking I was being, you know, like a Greek, like a euro.
A gyro? Gyro?
Gyro. Yeah.
Can I get a gyro?
A gyro. I don't know how to say lamb in Greek.
Oh man, I know I've done that a million times. I can't think of an example right now.
Yeah.
but I know I've done it.
Well,
Arrow roll. He just looks down at me because he's 6'6". He's like, it's hero. Stupid fucker.
yesterday I was asking about had to expedite something for work. And I called it
Expeditity?
expedition costs. What are the expedition costs?
That's a pretty good one.
Wait, did you just make that mistake, or did you just never actually looked at the word? Because I've done that before. Like the actor now who's popped up everywhere, Walton Goggins.
Walter Goggins.
Oh,
I thought it was Walter Groggins for like ever.
What's his name?
Walton Goggins.
I thought it was Walter.
No, it's Walton
Talking about the
Goggins.
same guy.
And I thought it was Walter Groggins because I never actually looked
pick
at
up
it.
a
I just
Walter
like, you know,
Goggins.
you
Walter.
Oh, it
just
is
kinda,
Walton.
You just kind of glance and you assume what it is.
The dude from the White Lotus.
Yeah.
Yes.
White Lotus.
I remember him from The
Righteous
Shield.
Gemstones.
Remember the Shield back in the
Shield.
day? Yeah. Walton Goggins.
With the
Vice
commish.
principals.
What's that dude's name?
Yeah,
I like
Chickless.
it. It's funny.
Fucking Michael Chickless, dude. He played such a hard ass.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really worked for
He was
him.
more like the commish. He was better in the commish.
It was hard.
That was
It didn't
more
really
him.
work for him. But Walton Goggins
Yeah.
played a good piece of shit
Yeah.
on that
yeah.
show.
Oh, you
Yeah.
guys watched Fallout?
No,
Yeah.
The show?
Yeah, I did.
It's really good. It's really
Yeah.
fun.
He's
He's
the
in
ghoul?
that too.
He's the ghoul in
Yeah,
that,
he's
right?
the ghoul.
I probably won't watch it now.
Made me want to play the game, and then I did, and it's also fun.
Never played it.
I don't take Spencer's recommendations because he doesn't take mine.
Now I know what not
What are
to
you
do.
talking about?
You still haven't watched Masters of the
That's
Air.
not your recommendation. That's just me being
Masters
like,
of
I
the
don't
what?
know why I haven't watched it. I
Masters
can't
of the
give you a good
Universe?
reason. I can't. I don't know why.
It doesn't make any.
I
like-
understand it doesn't make sense. I don't know why I haven't watched it. It's not that I don't want
If you,
to.
it's
I just
Masters of
haven't.
the Air. It's the same producers as Band of Brothers and the
Yeah, I
Pacific.
haven't seen
I
it.
was so excited for it.
But-
I don't know.
But it's all about Spencer's favorite plane.
Okay, yeah. I
Ever.
remember talking about that. Yeah.
Like it's the main
I-
character.
yeah,
the plane
no,
is
I-
the main
I-
character, and he hasn't. And it doesn't make any
I
fucking
can't
sense
give
to me.
you a good explanation. I really can't.
Well, I'm hurt, and
I'll start it tomorrow. I'll start it tomorrow. I've told you the main reason is because I usually watch stuff while I'm working, but I usually watch stuff like Law and Order that I don't really need to pay that much attention to. It's just kind of who done it, and then I
right.
it's procedural.
yeah. And so I started to try to watch Masters of the Air, and I was like, I can't do this. I have to either. And Sarah doesn't like war movies, so I haven't had a lot of time to just watch it. So
I don't know if I've ever heard someone say they don't like war movies.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what
Maybe
every
I'll
movie's
convince her.
about.
I'll just
Really.
It's
I'll
it's
just-
life.
I'll just push her. We'll
Life
just
is
watch
war.
it. I'll be like, listen,
Death
we're
death
watching
sells, man.
this. Death and sex. It
Yeah.
sells. Wow. Okay. So, a couple things that have happened to me since our last episode.
You're pregnant.
No,
Oh.
no.
Get
I have
really
gained a little
jealous.
weight back. One of my antidepressants is causing me to be hungry all the time.
Offsetting your other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, it's like they're fighting each other and
So
causing
even-
diarrhea. But
So you should be losing weight then.
Should be. Yeah, it's
yeah,
diuretic.
it's weird. It's
He's
weird.
loading up before though.
Carb load.
I downloaded MyFitnessPal
Oh yeah.
a couple weeks ago. I've lost 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what when you get as fat as no. Just
It's easy to lose the first
Yeah.
25,
when
30.
when I
It's all
weighed
water
300
weight.
pounds and I've lost 20, I'm like I lost 20 pounds. It's like
it was all Mountain Dew.
I just stopped. Oh, that's
Mountain
why
Salt.
you had Diet
Mountain
Dr
Dew.
Pepper today.
Yes.
Sugar.
That's why I
Sugar
got
Mountain
the
Dew.
Diet Dr Pepper.
Oh, it's so good.
It's
Once you get
not-
off the sugar, dude, it's so good.
I have to, but the best diet soda,
Mm-hmm.
A&W.
Really?
Diet and
I've
well,
had
do you
it.
like root beer?
I like root beer, and I've had the diet, but it tastes diet to me. I can like Diet Dr Pepper tastes like Dr Pepper. Diet Coke tastes like diet. I mean, it doesn't. It's its own thing. But
This doesn't taste like normal Dr Pepper, but it is good.
yeah, it's. But
its
I
own
feel like the
drink.
Diet A&W has like this. But I'm sure I would be fine if I got used to it.
It's the best. It doesn't have any caffeine, but it is,
Oh,
in my opinion, the best diet soda.
It's probably
Anyway,
then you're more hydrated. It's good.
yeah.
So I want to tell you a story. Man, I should have gone through the rundown and deleted some of this stuff.
just read it.
There I
Don't.
was. And I just want you to tell me how bad of a person I am.
I mean,
Okay.
you don't need to tell me a story.
No, I know, but so there I was. It was Saturday morning. I went to Lowe's. I'm sitting at the light waiting to turn.
It's already bad.
I'm a
I
Home
know.
Depot guy, but whatever.
Yeah, me too.
Lowe's
Lowe's is closer.
Lowe's
though.
is just closer to me. That's why
Okay.
I would
It's
probably
still-
go to Home Depot if it was closer. But I've come to kind of enjoy Lowe's. I've got no problems
Yeah.
with it.
Becomes you.
Yeah.
Anyways, on with your story.
Anyway, so there I was at the light, and I see this lady get out of her SUV, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and prop the door open, and she starts pushing her SUV, okay,
Oh my god.
Okay.
and
you didn't get out and help.
so there I am, okay. I'm wearing my jersey because anytime I go out, I wear my jersey now because
These fucking
I don't
jerseys,
I don't
dude.
get to wear it very often. So I'm wearing
hockey jersey. I'm
it's a
assuming.
$250 jersey. Okay, they're not cheap by any
Is
means.
it a mammoth or is it a
No, there's no
old
mammoth
school?
jerseys yet.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't want to get my jersey dirty. Will this light just please freaking change? But it continues to be red, okay? And remember, this is a lady that's pushing her SUV. And then the lady behind me gets out of her car and goes to help.
Oh man.
So basically it ends up being 5
Women.
women
Yeah.
pushing this SUV off the road, and I'm just sitting there going, come on, please turn green, please turn green, just trying not to look.
It's bad.
And I got home and I thought to myself, what is wrong with me? Why am I
Good. It's good.
why am I such a bad person?
Self-reflection.
Because I know for a fact Bryan, being the altruist that he is, would have been out of the car immediately. And would have helped-
Annoyingly.
Yeah.
Annoyingly.
It would have been if Bryan would have been in the car with me. He would have gotten out, and I'd be like, "Damn it!
Yeah.
I guess I gotta get out too."
I just want to know what you think. How do you? Where in your mind do you connect pushing a car with possibly damaging a jersey? Like, are you
cars,
gonna roll over?
Cars are dirty.
But
I'm gonna
why-
get dirt all over
He's
it.
gonna get his shoulder.
You're
up
gonna,
in
yeah, you're
there.
gonna use your shoulder.
I
Why don't
don't
you have
know.
fucking hands.
Well, now I just realized I could have just.
Just
I was
washed
wearing
it.
an undershirt. I
Yeah,
could have
of
just
course you
taken it
were.
off.
Of course you were.
And
That's not the reason.
I know.
It's
Why
the
does it
reason
cost
you
that
told
much?
yourself after the fact.
Right.
In the car when this was happening, did you actually think my jersey? Or was that afterward like, well, my jersey?
No. It was in the car. I definitely thought that. I definitely did. Now, don't get me wrong. I still probably wouldn't have gotten out because I'm not altruistic. I just don't want to talk to people.
Okay.
I don't know. But I did feel really bad and like a terrible person after. And does me knowing that I'm a terrible person make it any better?
No.
No,
Not really.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, you're just a person with, limitations. It's fine. I didn't say you're a bad person. You keep deleting stuff, man.
I know,
wanna
it's
know what they
because
are.
it's so old and outdated. The other thing, why I'm on the topic of jerseys, the thing I deleted was, I don't even know who this guy was, but he's some sort of an internet celebrity or something. And there was a kid in a wheelchair at one of the Utah games, and
Hockey games?
yeah, the hockey Utah games, and they were looking at the jerseys in the fan store. Him and his dad were, and this celebrity guy ended up buying the kid a jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is, but he took a picture and posted it on social media. So does that negate his good deed, or what? Like, what is that? Because
Like advertising your goodwill.
right, I talked to Sarah about it, and she's like, "Yeah, it absolutely negate. Like it's."
I don't know. Absolutely.
I don't know, man.
But
That's hard.
But he still did it, right? He still spent
Still did it.
$250 on this kid
Yeah.
that he
Yeah.
doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. That's tough. It all depends on what's going on in the guy's head. Because
I guess that's
when people
true.
do good stuff, it's good to show the world to help inspire other people too. But when does it turn into self-serving?
Right.
But I don't know, at some point, I almost feel like doing good is always self-serving in some sense.
I had
Well,
that same
yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
If it didn't feel good, at least some level of good to do good, would anyone do it?
I mean, it all comes down to the feeling you get. I think we're wired evolutionarily to.
So if you didn't get that feeling, would it matter? Like, would you still do it?
No, I think you're describing a sociopath.
Yeah.
Someone who doesn't feel good about doing good,
Mm-hmm.
thereby not doing any good.
So you're a sociopath. I'm sorry
Oh.
No, I think he still
wondered.
feels good when he does it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
doesn't feel
He's-
good enough to do it.
to do it.
Right.
So when you happen to get
Look,
tricked into
if
doing something good,
if I had the money, I would have bought. If I was there, if I was wealthy, I would do that kind of stuff all the time. I really think genuinely that I would.
Yeah.
I hope.
All right.
But I don't know whether I'd broadcast it or not. I kind of think I wouldn't because I don't like that being the center of attention.
Mm.
Is this recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Says it is.
I have a similar story, and you guys can tell me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Driving down 40th by my house. It's a 4-lane road. Okay. Traffic is stacking up. I am about to not block an intersection, but block a road that could come in, right?
Yeah.
So I leave a hole. I'm in the far right lane, and I see it stacking up, and there's a car waiting to turn right into my flow.
Into your lane. Right.
Right? So I give her a wave. Come on in. Go ahead of me.
She thinks you're flipping her off.
No.
No?
She pulls out, but keeps pulling all
See
the
where
way
this is
through
going.
and gets T-boned.
Are you serious?
Yep. Gets T-boned by the car coming in the lane next to me.
Oh man.
I waved her in to come into my lane, which I thought was implied by the
Yeah.
wave in.
You weren't like, you didn't do the proper signals. You weren't like, okay, but only here, there.
And then you just drive away.
I just drove away.
I think I would have for sure. I mean, like,
Listen, I felt bad, but what am I going to offer?
that's why I
him?
Did she have
never.
an
That's why
indicator
I'm
on?
never courteous on the road.
Did I?
Did she? So you could tell which way she was turning.
Honestly, I couldn't see because she was ahead of me at a 90, right? So if she had a right blinker on, I wouldn't have been able to see it.
But you would have seen if she had a left blinker on.
Yes, and she wasn't going left. She came through my lane and
Oh, she
turned
was gonna
right
go
into the
okay, yeah.
next lane.
Okay. Now
I mean, it's not your fault,
No, it's not my fault.
but
And I did look, and I said, "There's no way anybody's hurt."
right. Well, no, I mean,
You know, it wasn't.
everything looks
It
fine.
actually
I'm
wasn't
just
a
gonna go.
T-bone. It was just like because she had already kind of made the turn, and I heard the car. My window was down, and I heard the car like.
So the other car was going too fast.
And the other car, I know for sure he was in there like fuck. Because it was a long. It was. It was a
he's
pretty
probably
long
like,
skid.
you didn't give me the signal that you were signaling this lady
Right.
that she could come into my lane.
Well, I just figured, lesson learned. I just figured a wave in is not a wave through.
No, you take responsibility for whatever happens.
It's a wave into my lane.
That's why I'm never courteous. That's why. If I would have gotten out of my car and helped that lady push, someone probably would have hit my door, damaged their car. That's why I never help people. Or they
Damaged
would have
their
hit
car.
me and damaged their
Damage
car.
their car. I like how you
Yeah.
put that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have hit my door and damaged their car.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're doing them a favor.
Exactly.
Good job, dude.
That's why I'm never courteous.
It's good.
So I think we've talked about this on the show before. My grandpa on my dad's side fought in World War II, and he brought
For
home
the Germans.
For the
And you're still fighting in 1975.
I'm almost positive. I'm almost positive you made the same joke last time. And Sarah overheard and was like, and just assumed you were, because I remember we brought it up later, and she was like, "Oh, I thought your grandpa fought for the Germans," and I was like, "No, that was."
This is how misinformation
That was a
happens.
joke.
It starts as a joke on a podcast. Everybody hears it and spreads it as if it's.
But anyway, so he fought for the U.S. He's there on D-Day and brought back with him a gun, a Walther PPK, which is a James
that
Bond
illegal?
gun.
Not back then.
I don't
not
know.
back then. Okay.
I don't know.
Trophies
Doesn't
and stuff.
matter.
I don't see this is going to get past his.
Yeah. Dude,
He also brought back 2 German flags, Nazi flags, swastikas, full blown red. One is a giant street banner flag, and the other is just a normal flag.
wow.
And we have them. And my dad asked me the other day, because we built this fire pit in my backyard, and he's like, "Hey, I think I want to burn these flags because there's nothing we can we can't sell them, obviously."
Give
You
them to a
could-
museum.
You could give him to a museum.
He's looked, and
They
like,
have one at
the
Hill.
number
Yeah, I saw
one
that.
the number one items brought back from the war are guns and flags.
Well, they had so many.
So they
fucking
have
flags.
a lot of. No one needs a flag,
They had almost as many flags as they did guns.
right? Probably.
Like their parades were
Oh,
insane.
yeah. No, I know.
We're about to have one.
I know. It was just yeah. So I don't know why it bothers. It doesn't bother. There's something about it. It feels weird to burn history. Like obviously, there's literally nothing we can do with these flags besides put them in a trunk and hope that no one finds them when we're dead and be like,
Well,
"Oh,
you
this
gotta
guy was
leave
a secret Nazi."
No, you gotta
Yeah.
leave a note.
A note, not Nazis.
Did not see.
Just preserving history.
But what do you think? Would it bother? Does it seem weird to burn this piece of history, or is it the right thing to do? I
don't think there is a right thing to do here. I
Right.
think it's just if it's even remotely cathartic
right.
for your dad,
Yeah,
then
maybe.
burn the fucking flags.
I almost
Record it and send it to the Proud Boys.
I almost. I know my dad doesn't listen to this, so I feel okay. But I almost asked him if he wanted to just save him for.
for the next couple years.
Yeah. No, but I thought though, if we are going to burn them, I should invite a bunch of people over, and we should have
Flag burning.
Mm-mm.
Barbecue.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should have some schnitzel and some sausage.
Oh, there's
cook some brats on over the flags. It seems like the right thing to do.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
There's probably asbestos in them.
a
Who's-
little
who's
asbestos never
printing-
hurt anybody.
Who in the world is printing swastikas?
I don't know.
Like somebody is.
You know
obviously.
what?
Why you seen a
You
lot
know,
of flags?
you could
There been a lot of flags
probably
out?
you could probably
I don't see them out, but I see
you
them
can
on the
buy
news and
stuff at Walmart on your home printer and do it. Maybe people just do that.
But like there are like
I mean, you can't go on Amazon and buy.
I don't know, like the Patriot Front, Proud Boys, the KKK,
The Nazi underground.
the Nazi underground. Like they're buying flags somewhere. I don't think they're.
I just
They do not
Googled-
have the skills
I
to
just
make one.
Googled swastika shirt and I'm going into shopping.
If you're here to make your flags.
It doesn't look like there's anything.
I did.
I mean,
not
is it just like a factory in Malaysia?
Probably.
They're like, we don't
Yeah,
give
they
a
were-
fuck.
Maybe it's
maybe they
dark.
don't
It's
even
probably
know.
probably dark web stuff.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
somebody's making them.
Yeah.
Somebody out there.
Maybe they're making them
Make
for movies.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Someone's got to make them for those movies.
It's true. They could just green them, make them green, and
Maybe I can give my flags to a movie studio.
Yeah. Authentic Nazi
give them to Studio C.
flag.
Hey, in case you guys ever want to do a World War II skit,
Yeah, you guys.
these will be really funny.
They're perfect. They're period pieces. Not going to tell you what they are.
I'm actually going to look into
Hello?
that. That's an interesting idea.
Never mind.
But yeah, German barbecue at my house later this summer, probably.
Like,
Some bratwurst.
yeah.
You get Randy to cook some
How would
schnitzel.
you? Okay, Danny, you have kids. How would
Yeah.
you feel if, like, your teenager came home from high school and in history class, the teacher had a genuine swastika flag that the teacher allowed us to handle?
Yeah, I
I actually think it might be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'd have no problem with that.
That's what I mean. That's why I think it's weird to just burn history, because it is a huge part of history.
Like, they have a small one at Hill in a little glass display case off in the corner.
Right.
And last
It's got
time
like
I
a
was
German
Yeah.
outfit too.
outfit medals.
Yeah.
I walked Quinn over to it and I said, if you ever see someone with this flag, walk away. They're a bad person.
Right.
But this flag represented evil and bad things.
Right.
You know, she was like 6.
Okay.
But she asked me, like,
She's
what
like,
is this
"What?
case? I'm like,
Talking about
these
that.
are called the Nazis.
They did not see that
You're going to
coming.
see a lot of them soon.
There
Not
were
going
some
to not
in,
see them. You're going to see them.
There were some Patriot Front guys up in Ogden a couple weeks ago. And
I
Harriman.
love how these guys do this, but they wear masks.
Oh, they're so
How
pussies.
big of cowards
Yeah.
are they? How big of cowards are they that wear
Yeah.
masks?
They're gonna own it.
It's
You're
insane,
gonna go out
right?
there and
Oh, you
represent.
you
but
got to own it.
If you're
You
gonna
gotta-
do that, freaking
I don't
show
bel-
your face
I
and
don't
face
believe
the
that you believe
consequences.
this
Right.
until you show your face.
I mean, that's
Show their face.
it's
You're a Jew?
insane. They're all Jews.
They're all Jews.
They're all Jews.
Dude,
You guys have a serious misconception of the history.
the Jewish Nazi.
Oh man.
I don't know. If
like-
your dad wants to burn it, burn it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
I think.
I don't know.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, you're not gonna have kids.
Sell that on the dark web.
Right.
That's how you
Pass
get a
them.
bigger house, dude.
Sell them on the dark
So-
web. Genuine.
Genuine
You
nasty
can make
Genuine.
you can make a certificate.
I don't know.
Provenance.
Right now, there's a lot of thoughts going through my head. Like, am I a bad enough person to do that? No, I don't think I am.
Oh, why is that bad?
How?
It's selling a genuine article of history.
Yeah, to Nazis.
You're not selling to Nazis. You don't know who's buying it.
Anyone who's buying a German flag
You don't know who's buying it.
is
Maybe
a
they're a
Nazi.
history buff, man. You know?
I was just following
Oh,
orders.
yeah, I'm missing the one flag in my Nazi collection. I don't know.
I need
Just
one of those
following
street
orders.
banners.
Just following orders.
It's one of those street
Oh,
banners,
man.
man.
That's what it
That's
is.
what I'm
It's
missing.
huge.
Can I listen? You know, I had a problem with police videos for a long time.
Yeah,
And
no, you
unfortunately,
got addicted to them.
I'm not addicted. They
You
just
got addicted to the
my
rage.
algorithm knew. Yeah.
Right.
Now it's the ICE videos popping up.
Oh,
Can I? These guys
Those are
are
probably
the
worse,
fucking
man.
Gestapo. Can I just? These guys.
Brown
should
shirts,
give my flags to
brown
them.
whatever.
They're
Brown
just- yeah.
coats. I don't know.
Speaking of flags, though.
Yeah.
Did you see? So Utah and Idaho both passed flag bans.
I roll legislation, but yeah.
Did you see what Boise and Salt Lake did?
I didn't know Boise did it. I know that Mayor Mendenhall did it.
Both cities passed. Not
Pride
passed,
Pride
but
flags, right?
they changed the city flags
Right.
to
pride
flags with in Salt Lake it's with the seagull lily, the state flower.
It's not. It's like a Seagal lily. It's not a seagull lily.
Seago lily.
It's
Seago.
pronounced- It's pronounced seagull lily.
Seago.
I think that's what he said.
I thought it was seagull. That was one of the things.
That's a bird.
Yeah, I know.
A
That's
seagull
why I
is a
thought it was
bird.
weird.
You're correcting
I was
him.
like, why is it called seagull
You're
lily?
wrong.
And I
What
looked
the
it
fuck
up,
is this guy talking
and they
about?
were like, oh, it's seagull lily.
Segayo.
Seagal.
Yeah,
Seagal
what?
lily.
Seagal,
It's a
like
Steven
like
Seagal lily,
Steven,
okay?
Steven Seagal.
Steven
dude, I'm
Seagal was
shaking the
born and
freaking table.
raised in Salt Lake.
And they named a lily after him, right?
Yeah.
yeah. So that's kind of cool. Now they can fly him during.
I thought
Pride
there was
without-
still some like, oh my, and did you see the guy, the senator or whatever, Utah senator who did the same thing but put the church's logo on it?
great.
And I was like, that's not the flex you think it is, but
No.
okay.
No
I don't
one's
know
gonna
what the
fight
point-
you on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't that already our flag, basically? Like, I don't know.
Do either of you know how many bills the Utah legislature passed this last session?
5?
Not a clue.
Re-
Follow
it's a
that.
Majority
3.
majority Republican legislature. We
Uh-huh.
already know one. The flag ban
Right.
was one of them. Just take a guess. This is a conservative.
I don't even know what's high or
3.
low. Like 50.
I don't know what
500.
Can you give me an average of what
6,000.
normal throughout
Yeah.
the years?
Listen,
27.
how many
mid-sized
new
state.
How many new laws do you think we need every year? They're in
Not-
session for
Negative.
They're in session
None?
for 45 days a year. 45 days a year.
45 laws.
45.
It should be
45 days, 45 laws. Or 2 laws a day.
for a state that's
90.
been around. Actually,
90.
I don't know
This is 90.
when the Utah Constitution was passed. We became a state in 1896.
1990. Oh, really?
But it was probably around before.
Same year
this
we had
was
the
a state that's
Olympics.
been around a while, right? And we're still passing laws every year. Fine. But just how many do you think we should pass? If you were in the
I have no
legislature,
freaking clue, dude.
I-
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't follow this.
I hate to side with Danny here, but I don't know like how many is normal.
Is 200 a lot? Just tell me. Is 200 a lot?
I think it is. Listen, I don't have any context for this either.
Yeah.
So is it 200?
No.
Is it
Tell us
more.
what the freaking
It's
number
Is
more.
it 3? 500.
It's over 3. It's 500.
500 laws?
500 laws.
Like about
for the state.
for the state.
Doing
are they all
what?
stupid?
I don't. Well, one of them was to ban a fucking flag.
How did they pass 500 laws
You had,
in 45 days?
They
I don't
don't
know.
read the packs, man. They don't
Just
read the
sign 'em?
packets.
yeah,
I don't like
I want to
that.
read those packets.
500 bills.
That's more bills than I have.
Me too.
Me too. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know, whatever. Dollar bills.
A crazy amount.
Is that so? Do we know? We don't know if that's average. Like, should I ask
sure? Ask
ChatGPT?
ChatGPT what the
What's
average.
the average for a mid-sized state?
We're a small state.
You think so? Okay. We're growing.
It's like 3 million people.
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
a small
that's true.
market.
Small market legislature.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. We're getting a MLB
I just
team.
like. It seems outrageous, especially for Republicans who claim to be such small government, to pass 500
I
laws
mean,
in
that's-
1 year.
That's never
Never been.
never
true.
been on track.
It's true. It's never
Yeah,
been. A
I
thing.
know it can
We want to
vary.
be free, other than the
obviously.
stuff I want to control.
Small
Right.
states may introduce anywhere from 500 to 1,500 bills. Past bills normally about 100 to 300.
So
Okay,
it's
it's
high.
a big year.
It's
It's a
fucking
big
high.
year for a small market.
So,
Big year for a small market, man. Yeah.
for example, it says Vermont normally passes 150 to 250, and Wyoming passes 100 to 150.
Wyoming.
Wyoming is a small state.
Very.
We you know, I think Danny, we are probably a mid state.
Yeah,
We're a
I'd say
mid-sized state.
Maybe look that up.
Look up
What's
the average population of a state.
What makes
Median.
small, medium,
Median.
to large?
Not the mean, the median population.
Where do
of
you think are the big states? New York,
California?
California.
California's like
Texas?
10% of the population.
Yeah, that's it. The rest
Utah
are
is
medium.
generally considered a medium-sized
There you
state.
go.
Yeah, that's fucking wrong.
13.
There's a lot of states that
Utah
have,
is
like,
the
nobody in
13th
them.
largest U.S. state by area.
no,
Population
no.
size medium with about 3.4 million.
But-
That actually makes sense because even though you've got 3.4 million people in a state on the East Coast, it's a much smaller state.
No,
Yeah.
but we're not talking about geography.
I know.
Don't pull
but
a Republican
no,
bullshit.
No, no, no. I'm
no,
just
no.
saying.
No.
This makes sense to me. I think we're a
Well, as
medium
long as it
sized
makes
state.
sense to
medium
you.
state.
That's fine.
You got
New
We have an
segment.
NHL team
two
and an
major
NBA
league-
team. Okay.
two major league sports teams.
and that soccer thing.
soon to come. Oh yeah,
Oh, we have
got
soccer.
three.
We got three.
and then
soccer.
soon to be four.
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
Soccer is the Harry Potter of sports in Utah.
I don't even know what that means.
Wow,
What is
what-
that
They
supposed to
live under
mean?
the stairs in a closet and locked away.
Did you just now come up with
Yeah, I
that?
just made it up.
That's
Good job.
bullshit. You did not. How long have you been sitting on that?
Yeah, dude. It's in your phone. Let me see your phone.
Yeah. There's no
Search
way.
the file.
There's
Jokes
no
for this show.
freaking way you just came up with that.
Wait for someone
We've
to
been
bring up
doing this
RSL.
show a long time.
That
been
was
waiting for someone to
probably
bring
the
up
smartest,
RSL.
funniest joke you've ever made.
I appreciate it.
Smartest, funniest.
I can honestly say I just thought of it.
Wow.
Because I like soccer, first of all. And I fucking hate Harry Potter, so it's fine.
Wow. Shots fired.
Yeah.
Potty heads.
Fuck that guy, all
Oh
right?
my god.
He's not even real.
Really?
Yeah.
I got issues with soccer, bro.
Do you?
Okay, yeah.
What?
We don't need to talk about it.
Well, we're here. Go for it.
Yeah.
Stupid offsides rule, man.
I agree. Same with in hockey. Icing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stupid.
I like.
If
I don't
you
mind offside.
are fine sacrificing
Yeah.
a member of your defense,
Yeah. It's your fault for
it's
going out too
your
far.
fault. I totally agree. You know
Yeah.
what would happen? There'd
Huh.
be a lot more fucking goals.
Yeah, cherry picking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
see,
fine
it's
with
the
that.
same rule as
Both
cherry
teams
picking.
can do it.
Everybody can do it.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean
It'd
I'm
make
not
it a
pissed.
lot more entertaining.
It doesn't mean I'm not pissed when an opposing team in the NBA does it,
like
fucking
lures
cherry
you up.
picker.
Yeah, dude.
Like
But
they fake an injury.
but if your team does it, it's
oh,
awesome.
it's brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
good job.
Best move ever. It's like hiding on the sideline.
Yeah, pretending like you're on the bench.
Yes.
just
Great.
barely stand.
Freaking Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree though. I think offsides and icing are dumb rules.
Yeah.
I think you have guys on the.
I don't even understand
icing.
icing.
Gets called.
It's the same as offside. Well, it's even.
It gets
it's
called
even more
cross-
complicated.
You have
Yeah.
to cross the two separate lines without a defender on a certain side.
And you
of
have
the
to like
line.
go back if it. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird rule.
Forget
it's
that,
very
man.
strange.
Freaking
Yeah.
hockey.
That's why power plays are so much more fun.
Oh yeah.
Power plays are fun.
Pulling
the
There's
goalie.
no
Suspend it.
icing. Yeah.
They suspend icing.
Yeah.
Well, let's do our new segment,
Okay. Which one?
Secret Sound.
Okay.
I'm gonna play Danny and Spencer a secret sound.
I'm not supposed to look at your screen.
It's not on here,
Okay.
and you guess what it is. Are you ready for the first secret sound?
Secret sound. I need to make,
gotta make a
a
thing.
freaking sounder for this.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready.
Brian Sherman's
Secret
sound.
Oh yeah, I've got to get an AI voice.
What's going on out here?
That-
What's going on? Yeah.
That. Yeah, that's happening.
It's happening
That's happening.
What
right
is-
now.
Okay.
All right, here's your first sound. Do you know what that is?
I didn't hear
I was
anything.
like, I was like, do
Did
I
you-
need to
did
turn
you
the
hear
volume
something?
up?
It didn't play. Am I turned
Okay.
up?
Yeah.
All right, here's your first sound.
I think it's a pull chain, like a.
Danny? What are you doing over
I
here?
was trying to imagine.
Danny, jerking off?
No,
What are you
dude,
doing?
I'm pulling a lever.
Like a
robo penis.
robo penis?
You said you jerking off. That's very robotic.
No, I was
sound.
pulling a lever, bro.
What kind of lever?
I don't know, something that makes that noise.
I think that was turning on a light bulb. Like
Oh
a
yeah,
pull,
yeah, yeah.
The pull string from a
the
light
pull
bulb.
string
Here it
from a
is
light bulb.
again.
Yeah. That's like
gotta
a.
be what it
It's
is.
either like a lamp or
Oh,
like a.
oh, it could be either way. You're turning on a light. All right,
Yeah.
a light is being turned on.
It is a lamp chain.
Yes.
Very
There you
good.
go.
Yes.
You ready for your secrets? Your second sound.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
I was just touching.
Oh,
Spencer.
I know. I was weird.
I was trying to give him a high
like
five.
maybe you were
and
having
I
a-
thought you were trying to
that
get
he's
my
looked away,
attention, like I
left
was
me
on
hanging.
fire. Or
You're having a heart attack.
something.
Please help.
All right, here's your secret sound.
It's a projector.
That's a projector.
It's not a projector.
Shut up.
It's a
dude.
machine. Oh wait, I know. It's
a
someone
fan
using.
about to
It's
die.
someone using a bump stock at the top of the Mirage
From really
Hotel.
far away.
Listen,
You're at the festival and that's what you hear.
just close your eyes. Imagine you're at a concert.
Oh my god, that's so messed up. Guy. I'm sorry, I even said that.
It's
Anyway,
fucked up. Here it is again.
That's a fan about to go out.
I turned it up a little bit. It's
I
not a
don't-
fan.
if it's not- I don't know what it is. If it's not a projector, it's got to be a projector.
You got to get off the projector.
Hey, hit it again. Hit it again.
This is a tougher one because
It's like a shaver.
I'm not
Wait.
convinced that you guys have ever used one of these.
Oh, a pube trimmer.
That's what I was saying. A shaver.
One more time. Nothing.
Like a vibrator of some sort. Personal.
Warmer. Warmer.
A foot massager.
Very close. It is a massage gun.
Like one of the.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I have this crazy knot back here.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you record that?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's not stock.
It's not. No, I recorded both of
Oh,
these.
I didn't know. I thought
Good job.
thought those sounded so good. I thought you must have pulled them from the internet.
I mean, I had a whole rig to record this in the studio.
I desperately wish you had the clip from Adam Sandler right now, and we're gonna play that.
I thought about that. I thought about that. No, that was me.
We're
having
two
sex.
guys.
Two guys fucking. Definitely not at the gym.
Oh,
or whatever
that's,
they
that's
said.
two guys
Adam
working out.
Sandler, dude?
Clearly,
Dude, that old Adam Sandler disc. Do you remember
Oh
that
yeah,
skit?
yeah. I thought you were talking about like
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore. I'm like, I don't remember this scene.
That was you having sex with me. Yes, that's right.
oh man.
Well,
Two fat
Danny,
bikers.
what do you got?
Oh, we're already to me.
Well, yeah, we'll come back to some stuff.
All right. There's a few things that came up last time.
Some callbacks.
and I don't know if I want to talk about the telepathy thing anymore. It's been too long.
It's been spent. Listen, people may not have listened to that podcast yet.
Okay.
So when you're done listening to this podcast, go listen to the telepathy tapes.
yeah,
It's fascinating.
tapes.
Did you listen to the whole thing?
I don't
Yeah.
even remember.
So I mean, basically proving that telepathy exists, which blows the doors open for all kinds of
on
stuff.
all kinds of shit. Yeah.
Wait.
It's about autistic people who can communicate via telepathy.
And they've basically proven that.
Yeah. Like many times over.
And
It's
not
not
just
just like-
communicate, like they can. It's like the whole thing from like Ghostbusters, like where they have like the cards, a couple wavy lines,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and
And it's not just one autistic person. They interview
all of them.
a bunch.
Well, the non-speaking ones.
non-speaking autistic people, sure.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
clarify.
Interesting.
Anyway, so did you have something on telepathy?
I mean, I just
Other
wanted
than-
to talk about it, but I don't know.
I mean, I already know what you're going to say.
What you guys gonna say?
Because I have telepathy, I can.
Oh,
I can
okay.
tell.
I see what you're. I see,
Yeah, I see where you're going.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't
I
remember,
can't remember
why.
why.
Yeah, so are you or
Shut
are
up.
you not artistic?
Are you? I'm very artistic. I like to. Actually, that's on my next list here.
Artistic?
Just,
Yeah.
I know exactly what he's going to say.
Okay, what
okay,
am I
gonna?
gonna?
Hey.
Hey, next. All right. The other thing on my list was hyperfixations. We talked about it a little bit last time because Spencer, your hyperfixation right now is hockey.
That's true.
But it's
I love
been long enough that maybe it's maybe not a hyperfixation.
No, it's crossed over into full-on obsession.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Should we talk about that?
There's-
Let's talk about the hockey, and then we'll go back to my list.
I'm very ADD with hyperfixations. I haven't been as much in the last few years for whatever reason, which can I tell you actually bums me out because I kind of liked being obsessed with something and like having something
deep.
to do. Yeah,
Getting deep
and
in there.
for some reason my antidepressants or something has taken that away from me. But
The government chip from
yeah,
the
maybe
vaccine.
that's from the vaccine.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
there are things that I like when I got really into Star Trek. I mean, I've always liked Star Trek, but in like 2020, I got into like big time into Star Trek, and it hasn't gone away. Like I still love
Yeah.
it. It's still like I can watch it. It's fine. Like I'm actually this is super cool. I'm super stoked on this.
Nebula.
You've seen all my ship collection and aviation is
Yeah.
another thing that I started as kind of a hyperfixation, and I still love it.
Just won't watch.
Um,
Just won't watch.
not-
A cutting edge series
I know,
about
you're
it.
right.
Well, I think with ADD, characteristic of a hyperfixation is something that comes on really heavy,
Mhm.
and you burn out after like a few weeks or months, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
it's gone.
No,
and
I've-
you're on to the next thing.
I've had that
So-
bet like right after my divorce was the worst time for that for me, and I'm sure it has a lot to do with the divorce. But I got into, I bought at one point I bought a whole screen printing set. Like I spent so much money on crap. I still have it. Like the whole deal, like 4 screen printers, everything for it.
Made like 2 T-shirts,
No
and then
shit. Yeah.
and then you still have all the gear.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's for real.
There's still a T-shirt in it. It's all
learned,
crusty.
I learned how to do it. I
Only-
spent all this money on
Yeah.
it, and yeah. And then I got a Cricut, the Cricut,
Yeah.
the vinyl printer.
Uh-huh.
I bought that and spent a bunch of time on it. I got into the DMX lights. That's why we have them for the band, because that was a hyperfixation for a minute.
DMX, the rapper.
No, it's,
What?
yeah, that's what they're called.
It's the technology that's used to control.
Yeah.
it.
Okay, sweet.
But yeah, that's kind of happened to me less, and I think the thing about hockey that's going to make it where I can hold on to it a little longer is there is a season,
Yeah.
and it ends, and there's not really like
Have a lull, then you can pick it back up.
right,
again.
right,
Well, I have hyperfixations
yeah.
because I've never been diagnosed with ADHD, but I'm
Till
we're
now, Maury.
pretty sure I have it. And I brought it up once in front of my wife, and she says, "Oh, I have a whole list of your hyperfixations on my phone
Oh,
that I
really?
didn't know she had."
God damn.
So that's what this list is. You don't have to. You guys
How
worry
did you-
about
how
what
did
this list
you- How
was.
did you feel about that? You're like, you keeping this list for me?
Well,
what else?
the funny
Whatever
thing is-
do you have a list of my favorite porn stars? Like what's going on here?
Well,
she pulls it out. She's like, I do. Ashley Adams. I don't know.
I was just waiting for you to come up with some names.
I'm trying to think.
I know all the guys.
Yeah, like Dick Stevens and Richard Cummings.
log jammers. I can't remember what the name is.
Jackie Robinson. Not Jackie.
No, it's from Lebowski, not the baseball player, bro.
What's his name? Jackie.
Sinclair.
Jackie.
I
Not
don't know.
Jackie Robinson.
The Big
man.
Lebowski, people. That's what
Oh
we're talking
my
about, not real
God,
life. I don't do that.
That's so funny. I said Jackie Robinson.
Anyway,
Jackie Treehorn.
Jackie Treehorn
Treehorn. That's amazing.
from Big Lebowski. That's a good one.
So funny.
She has other lists on her phone.
Yeah.
I found out once that
Like-
Like she just makes lists.
well she has a I was like once we were talking about stuff that like we were with our therapist or whatever, and she's like, well, maybe just make a list of the things you want them to do and blah blah blah, right? Like, and then like a year later I was like, what were some of those things we were talking about? She's like, oh, I got the list on my phone. I'm like, the list doesn't do any good on your phone if I can't see it of stuff that you're holding against me. Right.
She has like
she wasn't holding it against me.
timeline of your receding hairline,
Yeah.
like your
It's
bowel
encroached
a
onto this
schedule
area.
of your bowel movements.
So I'm gonna read you her list of my hyperfixations.
Okay.
And I want you guys to respond.
Okay.
Okay. Danny's hyperfixations, colons.
Colons.
No, I get
No,
that
no.
one.
No, that's
oh,
punctuation,
oh.
guys.
I didn't get that one at all.
Homemade pizza,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
painting, astronomy, photography, reading,
Reading.
woodworking, book binding.
Hang on. Before you
Oh,
go
you
any
got
further,
into bookbinding?
I did. I got a bunch of equipment that I use for one book.
It's interesting. It's funny because I do remember a lot of these fixations. I
Yeah?
remember because you bought a super nice camera. You
Yeah,
have a
I still
very
got
nice
it.
Canon.
Still got it.
You painted some beautiful pictures for Bryan.
Some of them are on and off again. I have 50 unfinished paintings. One of them's for you.
Oh,
I just have to finish it.
50. That's a lot of paintings.
All right, around that.
How many pizzas did you make?
Probably like 4 or 5.
And did you buy a lot of equipment?
Nah, it was just kind of like mostly searching recipes.
Ah,
pizza oven.
Yeah.
I had a stone, but I ended up. I wanted to build a pizza oven in my backyard, and I probably would have done one pizza and then moved on.
Right.
Probably.
But, anyways, bookbinding, boxing. I got a boxing
Nice.
set up in my basement.
Right.
Then smaller ones, scrambled eggs,
Scrambled eggs.
paracord bracelets.
You know what?
Slings and handles.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I think hyperfixations on food is also because, like right now, I am getting a steak, egg, and cheese bagel daily.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's very bad.
Yeah.
And that happens to Sarah all the time. She'll like just eat Subway for like a month, and then
Mm-hmm.
one day she'll be like, "I hate Subway," and then a
haven't-
month later she'll be like, "Go on Subway."
I haven't eaten Subway in at least 10 years.
Wow.
It's my hyperfixation is to avoid it.
Well, my thing when it's a hyperfixation, I'm in search of the best recipe to make the
So did you-
best
I've
scrambled
done that.
eggs
I've
on
done
the
that
planet.
before.
So
I've
you
done
did that with
before.
scrambled eggs? That was the,
Yeah, scrambled eggs. There's another one coming up here in a second. Anyways, paracord bracelets, slings and handles.
What's slings and handles?
Like a sling when you like sling rocks? Like
Oh, yeah.
I'd go to the pond and
You
throw
know,
rocks
Goliath.
over the
Yeah.
Goliath?
What's the handle part?
I can't remember. I
You
don't know.
know, like an axe handle.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh, you were
wrap it around-
making
yeah,
you were
around
making
like a knife.
handles.
Like you
Yeah.
wrap a knife paracord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
gotcha. Okay.
Anything paracord related, I got freaking into that for like a month, and now I got all this paracord in my basement.
See, I missed that. I missed that.
Mashed potatoes.
Oh,
Did you like for any of these? Were you successful in finding?
What do
the
you mean
best
success?
Mashed potatoes.
Oh, I can make some freaking mean mashed potatoes
All
and
right.
scrambled eggs.
together.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Playing cards.
that's,
I have a collection of playing
that
cards in
happens
my
a lot.
basement.
I thought I was going to do that for a minute, but
Yeah.
then it kind of dwindled out quickly. Luckily,
And when I saw this list, so that's the list. When I saw this list, I'm like, she hasn't noticed like half of them. So, I mean, a lot of them are things I go back to. I'll rotate around from photography till I pick up painting for a while. I keep coming back to it.
So she's not
But-
aware of
See-
your lingerie making fixation.
Not yet.
See,
Now she is.
the painting and the photography, they'll circle around. Those have graduated from hyperfixation to real interest, right?
Well, but I'll get really heavy into it, and almost so much so like it's taking up all my time, my money, and then I'll be like, I'm done. And that's why I have 50 unfinished paintings, because that's from like previous cycles, and then never go back to finish them.
That's what happened to me in graphic design and animation and stuff. Is it was started out as a hyperfixation, and now I do it for a job, and now I hate it. No, I'm just joking.
Remember when you were trying to help me get started in graphic design
Yeah.
stuff? And I left that.
I will teach
Yeah.
anyone how to use Illustrator. I know exactly how.
Yeah.
If you want to learn, I'll teach it to you.
You could probably make money.
Yeah, maybe.
So my question is, I mean, any response to any of these? Like,
Some of them seemed a bit
normal things.
yes.
No, this.
But the thing is, you take
yeah.
normal thing and it becomes like, man, I'm just thinking about all day, every day, how to make some freaking mashed potatoes.
I had that happen a few months ago with steak. I was
Yeah.
trying to. I was like, I want to be good at
I wanna
making
be
a
the
steak.
steak
I want
guy.
to be. Yeah, it's the one thing I want to know how
This
to
is
do.
going to be my thing.
And I probably only cooked
Yeah.
3 steaks,
You're like,
and I'm like, yeah, these are good.
moving on.
I probably need to ask Ashley.
If you have any,
Yeah,
Well, what do you
I
think?
don't.
What do you
I
think
can't think of anything that you.
are good at.
No,
Yeah.
but I don't. I can't think of a time when you tend to just have your interests. You don't circle around a lot, except for maybe
Do you ever become like obsessive?
sometimes
where you're just
sometimes
like,
you spend more time on your yard and like your back patio and stuff.
It's just responsibility. man,
Yeah, once
you know?
it's done.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. That was not me.
Everything that you just said, it's like I've had very similar interests.
Yeah.
Like very, it's.
So the question is, what is that? What's going on?
I think it's.
I think
just-
it's ADD.
It's ADD. It's ADHD. It's.
Do you ever wonder if it's like
Have you ever taken an
Yeah,
ADD
dude.
quiz?
Have you ever
Nah.
taken Vyvanse or
No.
Adderall?
I wasn't going to drugs, Spencer. I
Dude.
was going to. Have you ever taken
You
a
wanna take one?
diagnostic test?
Oh,
not
okay.
that I
Yeah,
can
I'd do
remember.
that first.
But sometimes I wonder
Change your
if
life.
it's something else. Like, am I
Okay.
obsessively trying to scratch an itch that can't be scratched?
No, I don't think so.
And I'm like deeply trying to find meaning in my life, and I try to throw it into these things, see whatever sticks, but they don't. So I'm like, I'm moving on to something else.
Yeah,
I
and once
mean,
you
it could
once you
be.
realize there is no meaning, everything becomes clear.
I sympathize with you. I get what you're saying. I don't know. It could be. It could be. I think it may just be your ADD, but
Not just like
Yeah.
not to downplay it.
No.
It just it's probably what it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that may be just a part of. Maybe that's what ADD is trying to scratch an itch.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's more meaning in it or not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you guys think
You
there's
should probably talk to a
purpose-
therapist, Dr. Phil.
Do you guys think there's a purpose in life?
No,
No?
no, I'm a full.
You guys don't think you have a purpose?
No. Well, what do you mean by purpose?
Like, we all have a purpose. What do you think about the
Well,
self-help
depends.
industry?
It depends.
Everything's
think-
purpose-driven. Like,
I
you
think
have a
this-
purpose and you need to find it.
I think the self-help
To
industry
succeed.
has really good intentions, and the reason it's an industry is
Mm-hmm.
because no one's found the answer.
Do you think it's setting people up to be dissatisfied?
No,
I don't
No.
think.
Sometimes I feel like it is.
I don't know that we
Okay.
all. I don't know that we all have a purpose. I think we talked about this a few episodes ago, or maybe I talked about it with somebody. I think that we all have something that we're really, really good at, but we may never find it. We may never know what it is.
Right.
It may be something so obscure that you just never find it.
But
You don't
is-
think you were
is that
sent to
good
this earth?
thing your purpose? Or is
I
it
don't know.
just
That's
something
what
you're good
I
at?
don't think it's a purpose. I just think that, like LeBron James was lucky enough to find his thing
Yeah.
and be passionate about it and continue to be passionate about it for his life.
Yeah.
I haven't really found that thing, and I don't know that I ever will. I have things that I'm okay at. I have things that I'm good at, things that I can do good enough to get paid for, but I'm not LeBron James of graphic design or After Effects. I'm okay at it. I'm good
Yeah.
enough to get paid, but there might be something out there that I am so freaking good at that I'll just never know.
Yeah.
I'll never find because I won't have the money to
But-
do it,
But
or
once again, just finding something you're good at, does that mean it's your purpose?
no, I don't
You know what
think
I mean?
so. I don't think so.
But I am very aware of the philosophy that I hold right now. Like, I get it.
Would you say you're nihilist or postmodern hipster?
No, I
or
think I'm
whatever.
a nihilist. I don't think that
You believe in nothing?
I don't think this
But you believe in telepathy, though, man.
Yeah, but that
That
doesn't
opens a whole world
that
of
doesn't mean that there's purpose or meaning. It just means that
that there's
just
telepathy.
the science. It's just the science of
well, it just like
what our minds.
like it's an interesting theory to talk
Yeah.
about a giant pool of consciousness that created this physical realm
Right.
to perpetuate learning in that realm, right?
Okay.
And by so doing created our meaning here, in my opinion, is 100% evolutionarily driven to perpetuate the
Gather
species.
data.
Yeah,
That's it.
if that's the
Yeah.
theory,
Yeah.
right? Even without
Okay.
that theory, I think that our purpose here is evolutionarily driven to just perpetuate the species, right?
I mean, yeah, if you were to ask scientifically what our purpose is, it's to have a baby and take care of
Pass
that
on your
baby
genes
and
yeah.
you know, I think that we've evolved beyond that. I hope ish, right? So I don't think.
How
that
do you
the-
evolve beyond that? What
Well,
does that even mean?
what I'm saying is, I don't think there's some great spiritual
Right.
purpose. If you were to ask me what our purpose is, it's to have babies and perpetuate the species, because evolutionary, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I personally don't think that I need to do that to fulfill myself, and so I don't want to say I've evolved beyond that, because that's stupid, because I still have a penis and, you know, enjoy the the process, but
I mean, you can't evolve past that,
Right.
Because then
But,
everything stops.
yeah,
right.
I
There
guess
would be nothing.
I don't mean. I just mean that I just don't personally believe that I have a purpose, like a great spiritual,
Right.
gigantic, greater than the world.
Right.
You know, unfortunately, I kind of just think I'm a dot in a giant sea of humans, and it's kind of sad or when you really think about it, but it is what it is, I guess. For me, you know, I would never dissuade anyone from believing that they have a purpose.
I think that type of perspective doesn't make me sad. It just makes me realize it actually brings me a little bit of peace.
Or yeah, I don't know that you can find peace in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like reading The Pale Blue Dot by Carl Sagan.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's just it should bring you peace to realize that your problems, it's not that nothing matters. The important takeaway from a nihilist perspective that nothing matters is that your problems don't matter.
Right.
That's the takeaway, right? It's not a pessimistic outlook. It's not optimistic. It just is. But the takeaway is, because nothing matters, that means my problems don't matter.
Right.
At least that's my take right now. But I'm aware of where I fit in with this philosophy that others might not.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I tend to think that there is I'm a spiritual person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's a purpose, but I don't know what I was going to say.
But no one can define it.
I think when you get into the self-help area, they're all about purpose driving.
Yeah.
You're driving to a purpose. Everyone wants to achieve success and live in abundance, right? And but I feel like it always ends up to you just want to have more money.
Well,
Right?
you're right.
Gonna manifest more
You're
money
right.
into your life
There's-
and be rich, right?
There's a huge
And
subset
I don't think
of
that's a purpose,
yeah.
really.
There's a huge subset of self-help that is capitalist driven,
Yeah.
right? If you read other ones like Viktor Frankl, Man's
Yeah.
Search for Meaning, it definitely has nothing to do with
The
with
people that
earning
have
or abundance.
the people that have something to live for are the ones who survive, right, in the concentration camps. It's
Yeah,
basically what
and it
came
was
down
finding meaning in the mundane,
to. Yeah.
right? And then it's not even the people in the camps; it's also the people who were just surrounded by shit,
Mhm.
right? In Germany, in Poland, you could make an argument for our current state that finding meaning in the mundane, in the day to day, while all this shit is going on around you, is what Viktor Frankl was talking about.
Well,
You know, while they're doing ice raids and scooping up kids, how do you find meaning in your day to day, right? And it's hard.
when you're just going to work every day.
That's
and
hard,
whatever.
and you feel stupid. You feel stupid going to work, knowing that these atrocities are happening, right?
Yeah. Well, think about in the future. So, say if AI does eliminate the need for anybody to have a job or a career,
Then
and I'm thinking long term, like it's going to take a long time to get there.
we
if
might find
things
our
keep
true
going.
meaning then.
Well, does that
That's-
eliminate anybody's meaning?
That's
at that
possible.
point?
No, because to double down on what I was saying, I don't think the reason America has this problem in the West in general is because we've tied meaning to success
Right.
financially.
Right.
Right.
To
We've tied
finding
meaning
the right
to
mate and then making all the
Yes.
money.
We have tied our happiness to
Material success.
material
right.
success, and that's
Yeah.
not. That's never. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. You
And
know.
a lot of people. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of people that are happier when they reach that, but
No, it's,
a lot of people do achieve that. I mean, we have friends that
they
are
achieve
pretty
it.
materially,
For
and they
sure.
seem happy, right?
They seem happy, but I don't think
So-
it's related.
Yeah.
I think they would be happy, right?
Yeah.
You know, I can
Either way.
find you a handful of very rich people who aren't happy.
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah.
I think that people are going to be happy or they're not. I don't think it's.
I think that I agree. I
You can. Be,
I think money makes your life easier, but it
Right.
doesn't give you happiness.
No.
Depends
and
on
that's- and that's
depends
the-
on your relationship with the money. I think.
Right.
well, it's differentiating between
And how attractive the
happiness
money
and,
is.
and stress.
Right.
Low
Yeah.
stress doesn't mean happiness.
Right. But
So
you know, it's
not having
terrible.
financial stress is great. That doesn't mean you're happy.
If you had a ton of money and you don't have to do anything because of it, do you feel like, no, I've lost all purpose in life?
I think a lot of people.
Right.
I could
I think
see
a lot
that.
of celebrities feel that way.
Yeah.
That's why you want to keep hyperfixation going. No, if you're rich, you want to be able to be hyperfixated, so you can just
Be
keep
hooked up by the time.
hyperfixers.
So when it happens,
yeah,
I do wonder. I wonder what people do all day sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
you ever go out to lunch when you're at work and you see all the people that are obviously not on their lunch break? They're just not at work.
yeah.
And you're like, what are they doing?
No, I wonder, like,
What's their purpose?
someone who finds success really, like Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Great example. Lots of
Yeah.
success early, lots of money. What does he do?
Well, and he has a podcast now.
But, you know,
But
like,
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he stopped acting in, like, 1999.
Well,
Drugs.
like those, like child actors, man. That's
Yeah.
one of the roughest
Yeah.
freaking gigs ever. Hardly any of them come out okay.
Yeah. And it's just, well, what do
So-
you do after that? Right?
Yeah.
You retire from acting, so what do you do with your day?
Well, it's
You know?
like people that are in sports, professional athletes,
a lot of them have a
Often.
hard time.
Yeah.
often can't do their sport after they're 30. You know,
Right.
that's a lot of life.
You
left
invest in a McDonald's franchise.
I have a
for-
I have a story as a warning to Spencer.
Ooh,
That's funny. I think he has the exact same thing up on his screen right now.
Oh, probably clicked on it. Weber
Probably.
County Animal Shelter has its hands full after 156 animals rescued. So what's the over/under, Danny, on when Spencer's in the news with his? Let's see. This was 156
Did it go
animals.
in?
hey, there are no cats inside my house.
They walk into his house like, oh my.
Because this same man has now been charged with hundreds of misdemeanors.
No,
What's he doing?
600.
He's-
Over
Well,
600.
hundreds.
He's
Yeah.
rounding up these animals and keeping them as pets?
Two men face hundreds of misdemeanor charges following the removal of 157 dogs and 11 cats from their Ogden home.
From the home.
But how did they get them? Are they raising them? And they're just like, that's too many. That's a law.
They received a report of possible neglect. Charging papers don't offer any sort of narrative about the removal or what led to it.
What law did they break, man?
I don't know.
See, it's one of those freaking laws they made.
That's one of the 500 laws. Yeah.
Pets. Let's move on to
This
pets.
guy was in the clear until this happened.
Yeah.
Until the legislature. I
I
don't
mean-
know.
I mean, if they're being neglected and stuff, and
I mean, can you care for 157 dogs?
so,
in your
but where,
house?
yeah, what's the where's the threshold? How many can you take care of?
That's a good question.
How many birds can you take care of before you're neglecting them?
Or cats. Or cats.
I mean, just throwing out the food for the cats. I get that.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
I actually am about to start.
Putting out poison.
No,
Sorry, dude.
I'm gonna
That's
start
messed up.
getting them all spayed and neutered and putting them out for adoption here in the next month or so.
This-
The lady whose cats, quote unquote, they are.
They all belong to one person.
Well, she's started all of it. Like
Okay.
she has more in her house
I
too.
didn't start it.
And from
I
what
didn't start it. I was
and-
just following orders.
she's getting a divorce and moving. And from what she was telling me yesterday, it sounds
the
like
rug
she's
out.
just gonna kick all the cats out of her house.
Oh man.
So we're gonna have a cat crisis, and I'm gonna have to.
Gonna be
So
feeding a lot of freaking cats.
yeah, I can't afford that. I'm already realizing that I'm spending like $100 a month on cat food. Actually, it might be more than that. But
This
anyway,
was not this guy's first offense, by the way. He
It's like a puppy farm, dude.
in
Is that-
2012 he had 150 dogs removed from his house.
what?
Yeah.
So
How did and he acquired
grows back up
152?
Yeah.
more since then.
He didn't face charges at the time. New law. There's a new law.
They keep kicking that. kicking the number up. That's why they have to keep
Right.
passing laws, dude. Stuff like this.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I've been making sure my birds are not breeding either. So I'm trying to keep my numbers down to a more manageable
You're
level.
making sure they're not.
You want a bird?
No, man.
That's cool. I wouldn't give you anyways.
Good.
Here's a question for you
Sorry, that was weird.
that I
Awkward.
posted to show of hands.
Okay.
Would you rather have sex with the goat,
Yes.
but everyone doesn't think you did it,
Oh, I know. I want people to know.
or not have sex with the goat, but everyone thinks you did?
The not.
Oh,
The second one. I
so
definitely.
in the second one, I don't get to have sex with the goat.
No.
But everyone thinks you did, and you have a reputation. I would much rather not do it, and everyone think I did.
What does show of hands say?
It's 25% to 75%.
I
I'll
want
let
to.
you guess which
I
way
want
it
to
is.
meet. I want to meet these 25% of people who are like, yeah, I want the goat sex, and I don't want people to know.
25% of people say they would rather do it, but people don't think they did.
Oh, dude. Wait. 25% would rather do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so 75.
75% of people said,
Not
no, I'd
do
rather
it.
just let people think I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody thinks you did, including
I
your wife
agree.
and kids.
All right. I agree. I mean, that's sad, but I'd much rather not have done it and have a bad
He's
reputation.
got a clear conscience.
Right.
That he didn't rape a goat.
Yeah.
What if it was consensual sex?
I
with a
really
goat?
don't want to do it that bad, you know?
Oh, me either.
Ah.
But consensual, or what kind of sex are we talking about here?
Can animals consent, bro?
Is it
What's
oral?
the age of consent for
what?
animals?
How old is the goat? How attractive is the goat?
Oh, bro.
Is it a good-looking goat? Do I use rubber
Very
galoshes
healthy.
and Velcro gloves? That really only works on
Velcro
really only
gloves?
works on sheep, though. Not really on goats. Goats, you grab them by the horn. You know what?
I don't know, bro.
Never mind.
I'm not following.
Either
that
way,
now.
you want galoshes to put their feet in.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're
No.
with the 25%.
Well, now it sounds like I'm probably going to be on the other percent.
You're probably
Everyone's gonna think I
it
did,
either
but
way. So
yeah.
you're living that nightmare already.
I'm trying to log in to find there were some other ones that were pretty good.
What about we have another new segment we want to try out for TikTok.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Bryan came up with this one. It's called Wrong Answers Only. But
Okay.
I
I didn't do my homework on this.
no, that's
so-
okay.
all right.
We literally put this together. Well, right before, but it's pretty easy. What I did here is I asked ChatGPT to give me kind of a random invention, kind of an obscure-ish one, and then I told it to not tell me what the inventor actually created it for.
Okay.
Okay. I personally don't know what this was created for. I know what it's used for a lot. Maybe you do. But first we're going to do wrong answers only.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, let's do it.
What
What am I supposed to do? Just joking. Sorry.
You give me the wrong answer.
I give you the wrong answer. Okay. What
Your
if I don't know?
phone
what the right
just
answer-
ran out of storage.
right before the freaking TikTok bit.
Well, that's unfortunate. Didn't see that one coming.
Mine's still going. Danny's is still going.
All right. Well, I guess this will be a you and Danny segment.
That's fine because it's going to be our reactions.
Yeah.
All right. The invention. Wrong answers only. This person, did it give me the name of who made it? I guess it doesn't matter. The theremin. The theremin.
Theremin.
Wrong answers only. The theremin.
Am I supposed to know what it is?
A theremin's like little thing that instrument you control with your hands.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to say
This came up recently.
it was a cattle call to make, calling your cattle easier.
Calling your cattle easier.
Yeah. So you could just You're
I
seeing
think
those
it was-
those pig yelling contests? It's not pigs though, it's people.
Yeah.
You know
it's
what I'm
the
talking
lady-
about? The
yeah.
women?
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
From Tool Time.
Tool time.
I think it's like a sensor to tell you how close you're getting to something.
There you go.
Ah,
There you go.
And there's like, no.
it's actually a
Mess
really
around with
good
that.
use for it.
The actual answer is really underwhelming.
Like most things in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
The theremin was invented in 1920 by Russian physicist Leon Theremin.
You know what? That's actually really impressive.
1920.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
For-
really
for sure.
impressive. I mean, what is the technology?
It is one of the first, I don't know what the first is, one of the first electronic musical
Oh,
instruments.
so it's made to make music.
Originally, it was intended for use in classical music and concert performances, but it became iconic in sci-fi and horror soundtracks because of its eerie,
Yeah.
otherworldly sound.
1920?
Yeah, that's freaking old. They didn't have electricity then.
I mean, we had it, but I don't think
know,
it was
it's
like.
electronic music.
I don't think it was
they have
everywhere.
electric
though.
guitar yet.
No, it wasn't
It's like
everywhere.
the
yet.
50s.
I don't know what the
No.
first one would. Let me.
It's like
Let
in,
me ask.
First electric instrument.
What
Severance.
was
It
the?
plays it in
What do you think the
Severance.
first electric instrument was? Besides the
Org-
microphone.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
maybe
organ,
it was
but that
the,
was like
the
wind
microphone.
and
Yeah, those are
Whatever.
wind, right?
but and
Electric.
I don't know what this. Okay.
electric guitar. Buddy Holly.
No, the
Your 50s.
telharmonium.
Oh,
Telharmonium,
The
also called the
hurdy-gurdy.
dynamophone.
dynamophone.
Saxophone.
Saxophone.
Dynamophone.
Dynamo.
It was massive, weighing up to 200 tons, and never became.
I'm sorry. Did you
commercially
say
like a whole
200
That's
tons?
Took up
what
like a
it
whole
says.
room.
The fucking Titanic?
It's what it says.
It's like the old school.
How much
It is
pipe organ, man.
huge.
did the Titanic weigh?
Sorry, that was really loud in the microphone.
52,000 tons. That's crazy. 200 tons for this thing. That's
So yeah,
So it took up like a whole
1897.
auditorium.
First public performance 1906. It used rotating electromagnetic tone wheels to generate musical tones
but it was
and
like
transmit them over telephone lines.
it looks like an organ.
Keyboard.
Yeah, kinda.
Is this
Yeah, it's a
still
keyboard. It's a
Yeah, this is an
synthesizer.
organ. This is a freaking organ.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
Electric organ.
Fucking synth.
Yeah, that's
First
crazy.
19 whatever.
19020.
19020.
Absolutely huge is this
What
headline.
the hell?
Yeah.
What's up, dude? You all right?
Something going on with
Mexican hat, Utah.
Spencer's watch.
No, I'm getting a phone call from a random number, and the city is Mexican
Mexican
Hat.
I've been there.
You been there?
Mexican
Yeah.
Hat, Utah.
Just outside of Scipio.
Let me try one
Tokerville.
more wrong answer only because
Yeah.
I want to know
Oh,
what
that was
this
fun.
one
Just
is.
keep doing it.
The
What's that
Snuggie.
sound?
We're getting some feedback.
Yeah, it's probably
Is that
because
someone's
this call
phone?
here.
Just reject it, man.
I did.
did.
Should go away. The Snuggie.
What
it
was
was
it?
it's a I think it was an intercourse a privacy an intercourse privacy blanket for like festivals.
Inuit sleepwear. I don't know.
I gotta train
sleepwear.
intimate sleep.
No,
wear.
Inuit. Or intimate Inuit.
Intimate Inuit sleepwear.
That's
a
fucking-
double.
I love it. That's awesome.
I gotta get ChatGPT trained better to give us more interesting things because the
It's all about your
answer
prompts, bro.
is it was intended to be a blanket with sleeves.
Yeah, I mean,
what
I
it
think
is.
we know what it really was made for.
Poncho that is
Yeah.
sewn in the sides.
Oh man.
I think that, I think a privacy intercourse
For the beach?
poncho for the beach or festivals,
That's still public fornication.
but no one would know.
That's true. That's
No
true.
one would know.
Dreama,
I don't-
Dreama,
You just soak.
public fornication. You know?
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Isn't that a Red Hot Chili Pepper song?
I can't remember.
Do you have another one?
I certainly can
going.
get
Well,
one.
I got one here from the show of hands. Ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather?
This one's good for Danny.
Oh boy.
Do you believe anyone has ever been abducted by aliens?
Yes. I mean,
We should call this segment like minor majority or something like that. Something you got to find out if you're in the majority here,
yeah, man.
you know?
That's hard. I mean, that's hard to say yes because it's like I won't be blown away if it's true, but do
Right.
I actually believe it? That's
Yep.
taking you're crossing a line there.
Spencer,
I don't know. That's hard.
do you believe anyone has ever been abducted by aliens?
I want to believe.
I agree. I want to believe.
But you don't.
Well, here's the thing. I know aliens exist.
You do.
You know.
They do. They have to.
You
right?
know.
I don't know, man.
As to
don't-
whether they exist here on this planet, I don't know. That's hard to say.
Have they
I don't
ever-
think there's enough evidence to conclusively say either
Have they
way.
ever been here?
I don't know. Again, not enough to conclusively say.
But you can conclusively say they do exist.
They have to. There's no freaking way. Out of the
Well,
whole
but that's not
universe.
knowing.
I don't know. That's the Fermi paradox right there.
I don't know.
That's the whole paradox. The whole paradox is
Right? No, I get it.
If
but
they have
they
to exist
exist-
and they don't.
in my heart, I know they.
If they
I know
exist,
they
would.
they would
Fair
be
enough.
here.
I have a testimony.
Sure.
I know the aliens are real.
Yeah.
So
okay.
you don't really then
Yeah. In the name of Alpha, amen.
come back
The-
in pog form.
The statistics are as follows. Out of 682 votes on show of hands, 77% of people do not believe that aliens have ever abducted anyone. There was a very apropos comment, which is, I believe that they believe they were.
Well, I mean, you say that about anything.
That's-
Yeah,
okay.
it's
You
great
say
though.
that about everything.
It's great though. You know,
Yeah, okay.
I like the empathetic overtone
Like
of it.
someone responded with that.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
your
There's
thing?
there's comments on here.
All right. That would be even more interesting to see the comments.
The comments are fun. There's not very many on this one though. You should download this app though. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Show of hands. How about this one? Do you put your seatbelt on before or after you start the car?
Mm.
Normally after, I think. Yeah, I think
don't know.
after.
It's hard. I think before, but
Yeah.
I'd have to.
You put the key in,
it's like-
seatbelt, and then turn on, or you put seatbelt on, then key, then turn.
No, it's
I think
something
I
I
put
do
seatbelt on,
so
key and
like
turn, but
that I have a hard time to saying for sure, but I do know for a fact that at least twice in the last few days that I've put my car in drive before putting it on.
You got
yes,
the beep.
yeah, I never
Yeah.
do that.
Not the beep, and not that far. I got to my pulled out and then I put it on.
I do it. I definitely do it after I start the car, but there are times when I'm like because it dings
Yeah.
regardless, right? If you start driving, you get the more persistent ding.
Yeah.
But your car dings if you're in the on position and your seatbelt's not on and you're in park, right? Mine does anyway.
It's
And
so
sometimes that
unconscious. Yeah.
ding bugs me. I'm
Yeah.
like, I know it's going
what
to
it's
bug
for.
me.
That's
So
what it's
I'm-
for.
I know.
It's doing its
So
job.
I'm like, I don't want it to ding at all. I want a dingless ride. Put the seatbelt on, right?
That's what she said.
It's
I
pretty
want
split.
a dingless ride.
Yeah.
It's so unconscious for me that I don't even know. I'd have to pay attention, but I think it's before.
And now
turn
we'll
on the
never
car.
know because I'll be thinking
Yeah,
about it
you'll be
every time
thinking.
I get in the car. So it's
Yeah,
hard,
you ruined
hard
it.
to
You
say.
ruined
ruined
it.
it for me.
Well, the statistics are as follows: 44% of people put their seatbelt on before starting the car.
They think
56% say after. We should
and people
overlay
in
this.
Arizona didn't even enter New
we
Mexico.
should- yeah, that's right. We should overlay this with like crash
Democrats.
statistics. This thing,
Democrats and Republicans.
this thing, it does.
That's what it looks like to
It
me,
breaks
man.
it up. It breaks it up by like a lot of different demographics. So I can already tell you right now that more Democrats put
Which
it
ones
on
are those? Are
before.
swing states, dude.
They
Which
put
one's
it on
purple?
before. Nevada, Kansas, and South Dakota,
All the ones that don't matter.
and whatever that
Just
one
joking.
is.
Sorry, guys, from there.
How come I can't
If
think
we
of-
have any listeners from South Dakota,
No one lives there.
Nebraska,
Yeah, this it's cool. It breaks it up.
that's cool. Yeah.
Interesting. The highest age demographic for putting it on after is 25 to 50. So after 50, you're like, I should put that on. And younger than 25, you're like, I should put that on.
So I'm acting like a over middle-aged man now. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, you are.
Over middle-aged? I feel like I'm
I
dead
don't
center.
I don't know.
Midlife crisis. That's what my hyperfixations are about.
Midlife crisis?
Yeah.
Ah.
Hmm.
But you had them before midlife?
I don't think they weren't very
They weren't very strong.
pronounced back when I was a young man.
Yeah.
You guys ready to take a break?
Sure.
Sure.
I think it's that time.
Okay.
About. I hope this is the right button. It is. When we come back, random headlines. And I don't know, that may be it. I don't know if we have anything else.
Fair.
We got to talk about the hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I just prefer to do number 2 at home. Where were we?
It's Stewie, Dr. Hartman. He's having trouble focusing at school.
Ah, yes. So you're telling me your baby won't sit still in a way that's convenient for his teacher?
Yes.
I'd heard stories, but never thought I'd see it with my own eyes. Mrs. Griffin, I'm going to write Stewie a prescription for ADHD medication.
Really? Well, I don't know. Doesn't that stuff make you wired?
Well, if you're low energy and lethargic, yes. But if you're high energy, it actually calms you down and helps you focus. At least that's what I'm reading on WebMD. Wow, there are a lot of different kinds of medicines.
There's a cat in here.
Okay, I guess we can give it a try.
Here you go. Now, who's this little guy?
This is the Our Take Podcast. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you these random headlines.
Random headline.
We're
How
back.
does he do that? How does he do that? The vocal fry. at the end.
Random headlines.
Random headlines.
I don't know. I don't even know. I'd have to go. You know how long it's been since we had those recorded? Like 2018, probably.
Fuck.
Pre-pandemic.
God, we've been doing
Oh,
this
we've been
show
doing
for
this way too long.
8
man.
years? Is that?
Yeah. 7.
We only have 150
That's
episodes.
plenty.
You started.
We have 150 episodes.
Good job.
Are we at 150 right now?
This is
I thought it was like 147.
this
or
is
something.
149.
Well, we got to celebrate next time.
Yeah,
We
Brent.
do.
Bring the bubbly.
Yeah.
Bring
Go
some
celebrate.
Drink some
Martinellis.
heroin. I mean, what?
And then we reveal our real accents.
I'm not sure. I feel here to.
Danny's German.
I don't know. I got nothing.
Can't you do? You should be. You spent 2 years in New York. You can't do a good New York
It
accent.
just sound like us. They
Really?
just sound like us.
All right.
They do?
Most of them, yeah.
Really?
Huh.
I work with people from, a lot of them from Massachusetts.
Yeah, I met a Jewish guy at a hockey game that was very Jewish in New York, and he did not sound like us at all.
I don't,
So
yeah,
what do you sound like? You sound like this?
He sounded like a Seinfeld character,
like
it
a
was-
Joe Pesci.
Yeah, yeah.
Want
It
to go to
was-
Mendy's?
Listen, I asked him how. What did I say? I said,
How about the freaking weather?
I asked him how he. What did I say?
The two Utes.
What are you
'Cause
doing
don't they-
here?
don't-
How you doing here? And he said, I walked. Come on.
Yeah,
What are you?
Yeah.
What are you doing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the hard,
okay,
the
they're
hard,
good.
the hard O's, the
Law
loud
and
A's.
order.
Turn
Yeah.
on Dora the Explorer.
I feel like
It's like a Massachusetts. Yeah.
Yeah, it was-
so
yeah.
I
I
was
work
going
with these
into
people
Boston.
from Massachusetts, and they don't pronounce the ing on a lot of words. So like
Yeah.
the word anything is anything,
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, anything. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Ours.
when I
Kinda
went to
interesting.
when I went to Boston, those accents they are real. They're
thick.
very
Anything ends with
they
an
are
A,
very
ends with
thick.
an R.
But don't
Talk
they,
to Laura.
in New York? Isn't there
Jennifer.
isn't there a variation in
Joe Pauly.
accents from borough to borough, like Manhattan,
Nah,
Brooklyn,
nah.
Staten Island?
I mean, there probably is, but
You didn't hear it,
there's so many different accents going on.
Right.
So,
right?
but there's
I have heard that Utah is kind of the generic.
We're neutral. That's why we
This
have
is
call centers
boring.
here.
Yeah.
hey,
And India.
Yeah.
welcome to Utah. Except for we got
got a
we got
neutral
lazy,
accent.
we got lazy stuff going on.
Yeah,
here,
we
like
don't do we mountain
Light-
mountain.
lighten?
mountain.
No, it's lazy, but it
Hurricane.
tends to be the most.
Hurricane's just stupid.
go
It's
down
not
to
lazy.
Hurricane.
It's
Tooele?
hurricane.
We're going
Yeah,
down to
what, it doesn't
Tooele.
matter. Tooele, I don't know.
Truly.
Anyways, authorities in a Texas town are trying to determine the origins of a flock of sheep found wandering loose near an elementary school. The Leander Police Department shared photos on social media showing more than a dozen sheep loitering on a sidewalk and walking across a road. Police said the sheep were found unaccompanied. There was no shepherd with these sheep. They're lost near Tavern Elementary School, if you know where that is.
Don't.
keep Spencer away from these sheep.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair assessment. I would.
Technically, it was goats. But
Okay.
well,
all right.
although he did bring up Velcro gloves,
Yeah,
which is
that's-
really fucked up.
Well, that's how you. Okay.
I mean,
You know, I mean, it's fine. I grew up in Texas.
Hook-
Things
hook
are a
and
little
loop.
different
yes,
there.
well,
you know?
Texas, everything's bigger. That's for sure, including
That's-
your willingness to fuck a sheep.
Okay. All right.
Seems like that really hit a chord with you.
I don't know. It was just funny.
It's funny because it's true.
I feel like it probably happens more in Wyoming. I mean, what else are you gonna do there?
I think there's a much higher population in Texas.
That's true.
That's
per
true.
capita, though.
Per
Yeah, per capita, a lot more sheep fuckers
sheep
than
sex
Wyoming.
per capita.
Bro.
I wonder if ChatGPT has an answer to that. It probably goes against its terms and conditions.
Probably going to send the freaking authorities to your house.
Probably.
All right. An Ohio beekeeper received an alert from his surveillance cameras that showed his apiary, which is beehives, not apes.
I thought an
Apiary.
I know what an apiarist is.
A purist?
Apiarist. Apiarist.
That's right. Apiarist.
It's someone who I just had never heard of it referred to like that.
Anyway,
Interesting.
cameras showed that his apiary was being raided by another local resident, a bear. Jeff Bonner, pronounced Bonner, who has been beekeeping for just over a year in Bezette Township, said his motion-activated cameras alerted him to activity around his hives. I looked at my bee cameras and thought, holy smokes, there's a bear in my bees. Bonner, pronounced Boner, rushed to his apiary but found the bear was already gone. What was he going to do? He rushed to his apiary. What was he going to do?
Get away from my bees.
Get away from my bees, you
Depends-
son of a bitch. I'll
Depends on what
kill
kind of-
you.
depends on
Get
what
my
kind of bear it is.
Velcro gloves, honey.
Depends on what kind of bear it is.
Bear was actually going after honey, dude. That's classic.
I know, friggin'
Very,
Winnie
very
the Pooh
winny
over here.
Yeah, very winny of him.
I found the hive way out there in the woods. The frames I found were basically clean. It looked like he ate the frame, the wax that was there, and the bees. He ate the bees? He said the hive. Oh my gosh, it's always terrible. Those poor bees. 50,000 bees are dead.
No.
We need bees.
They killed 50,000
That's
bees?
what it says. Well, it says 10 to 50,000. So I guess he's, but
rounding up.
a lot of bees.
It's a rounding error. Hey, if a queen dies,
Yeah, they're lost.
do they die?
I don't know.
Do they
grow
elect a
new
new
queen?
No, I think
They elect a new queen?
have a conclave, and when there's
There's
white smoke,
It's the white fucking smoke.
and
yeah.
we have
The
a
white
new
smoke pope.
the first American bee queen.
Right. When a queen bee dies, the worker bees in the hive will initiate a process to raise a new queen bee to replace her.
It's like Alien, where they're
They
just
have a
laying
cage
eggs all
match.
day.
They have a cage match to the death.
Yes, this process involves building queen cells and feeding a select number of
Queen
larvae a
cells.
special diet of royal jelly, which allows them to develop into queens.
Royal
The hive will also
jelly.
transition into a state of emergency if the queen dies suddenly.
It sounds like aliens, dude.
Did you hear? The
I
queen
think
is
the aliens,
dead.
The producers
The
of
aliens
Aliens
are
just took
here.
the. Yeah.
A Michigan woman whose cat disappeared in 2022 was reunited with her beloved pet when he turned up 3 years later outside a McDonald's 10 miles from her home. Ella Bennett said Buddy, her outdoor cat, failed to come home one day in 2022. We kept hoping he would come back, but then it was a couple days too long than usual, and that's when we started to get worried. Bennett said it wasn't until 3 years later that she was scrolling Facebook and came across a post from the Lawrence County Humane Society. The post included photos of the cat the shelter had named Snack Wrap. After being... Why? Were they going to feed the cat or something? After being found with matted fur outside of McDonald's about 10 miles from her home.
Wow.
Yeah. So she found her cat, and it's 3 years closer to death.
That's what's going to happen to you if you move.
Elaine Bennis found her
I know,
cat.
I do worry about that.
All 150 of your cats
There's
are going to
not
follow you to your house.
150.
Sorry, 160.
They know.
They
follow
know.
the scent.
I knew.
I'm only going to take 2 of them or 3 of them if I move. Or 5. I don't know.
Wow. What do you think about animals that we cause to go extinct?
I think it's pretty rude.
Should we bring them back?
Like the mammoth?
Yeah.
Did humans cause the extinction of the mammoth?
I think it
was just the end of the ice age.
The Curulum?
Not the Kumams.
Is it Cumon or
It's
Curulum?
both. I don't know. But I think we hunted them backed
Extinct-
them into a corner and then they
Why
went extinct.
did the mammoth go
People are up in arms that we're bringing them back now.
complex
Up
process.
in arms. Who cares?
Yep.
That's
Climate
cool.
change, human hunting, and potentially habitat loss.
Climate change. There were cars back then?
Yeah. The mammoths had
Melted
big fucking buses, man, that put out a shit. They were rolling coal.
Hey, I was thinking because the bees. We're killing all the bees.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
we need the bees.
We need the bees.
I thought about
What if we were to
about
resurrect
having
them?
a hive in my backyard. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah. Until you get
I'm not,
stung.
I'm not afraid of bees.
They're
They'll
fine.
leave you alone.
Yeah.
They're fine. We had a couple hives in our backyard for a couple years.
Wasps, that's a different story. But
Nobody
bees,
raised
bees are fine.
wasps. Nobody does that.
I'm
It's
sure
not a thing.
I'm sure somebody does.
I don't think so.
Some scientists, man.
I'm sure somebody does. Somebody does everything.
Does anybody raise wasps?
For sure, dude. For sure.
Yes, some people raise wasps, though it's not a common practice.
There you go. See?
There you
Just
go.
'cause you don't.
Told you. God.
One example is tradition in Kushihara, Japan, where wasps are raised and eaten as a seasonal delicacy.
There you go. Gross, but there you go.
Does it sting?
That's part of the experience, I guess.
Sexual.
Mouth swells up.
Some like what we did to pigeons is kind of messed up.
Yeah.
They're basically domesticated. Like they can't live in the wild.
Yeah.
That's why they only hang out where people are and eat shit.
Well, a lot of animals have gone extinct because of us.
Yeah.
So, what if someone was to start bringing them back? People like, nature decided that they were dead.
I don't disagree
can't
with
play
you.
God.
That doesn't mean it's not fucked up, right?
Okay.
Would you go to if Jurassic Park
waspery?
was real?
Sorry.
No, I've seen 6 of those movies that tell me I should never go.
Ends up the same way every time. Life
You think
finds a way.
Spielberg predicted it?
I mean, how stupid would you be to go to Jurassic Park now after seeing all these movies?
Yeah.
How stupid would you have to
If
be?
it really happened.
How stupid
if
would you?
it really
There's 6
happened.
movies about it.
There's a lot of
There's
movies
not
about a
enough
lot
DNA
of
left.
things.
There's not enough DNA left.
I don't know, man.
But no, if they did.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to bring the mammoth back.
Right,
using-
but that died like 10,000 or 8,000 years ago.
Yeah, but what
Humans
I'm saying,
were around
What I'm
then.
saying is it's possible, right?
Right.
And if it's not possible, it's plausible. And if they could,
For
would you
dinosaurs?
go to a dino zoo?
Yes.
I
For
guess.
sure.
Very with a lot of caution. I'd need to know where all the emergency exits are,
Yeah, because a dinosaur can't go through one of
and
those.
I would need
Velociraptor.
Velociraptor spray. Like bear
Like
mace.
bear spray?
Yeah.
Yeah, clever girl.
Yeah.
None of them were that big.
You-
None of them were that
I saw.
powerful.
That's true. Raptors were like.
I saw
Yeah.
a
They're slower.
what would really happen video someone made if they used real velociraptors, and it has the window scene.
Yeah.
Where the dinosaur breathes and this little bird looking thing pops up and like
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had feathers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know.
Some people don't think they're real. That's
Yeah.
pretty
Dinosaurs?
crazy. Yeah.
They're made up.
There's a whole
That's
subset
a
of
whole- it's a
Christianity.
whole
Flat-
thing,
flat Earth
man. That's a
people.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, you got the mammoth logo on your phone too.
Yeah, I'm maybe borderline on obsession.
That's not. No. You crossed the border.
You spent
You
over
are-
$200 on a jersey.
You are
Yeah,
full on
only-
illegal
only
alien
$200.
into this.
I
You
have
passed the border.
bad experience with jerseys.
Why?
I bought a
He got out to help a woman push a car,
yeah,
and it got caught in the wheel well.
yeah. No, I bought a Darren Williams jersey,
It got traded.
and that night I went to a game and spilled mustard on it. And the next game was the one
Wait.
that him and Jerry Sloan got in a fight.
The
and he
very
got-
next.
No,
game.
it was the next game. And then I bought a
You fucked the deal.
Donovan Mitchell jersey, and it's like literally like a week later.
Did you
he
know
got traded.
Fanatics has jersey assurance?
Really?
Now, if you
Jersey
buy a jersey
assurance?
and they get traded within so much time, you can
Really?
trade it in. Mm-hmm.
I could have used that.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't spend a lot of money on my jerseys. One of them was like from China.
Well, they've made it
China.
like there's all these different tiers, and the bottom tier really sucks. So you kind of have to get the more
No,
expensive.
you don't
ones.
though. You don't.
I
You have to buy any of them.
You know,
don't.
I think collecting jerseys has become kind of my next
Yeah.
hyperfixation because I want them all.
But you're not
Yeah.
collecting them. You're wearing them.
Are you one of those people that like when
I-
you have one,
Not anymore.
when you start to buy something, you're like, I need all of them, or I'm not going to be satisfied. Like a completionist.
Yeah.
No,
I
That's
need
why
to
he
complete
has
the set.
subscriptions to Bang Bros, Mofos. That's all of them.
Like
I don't
like the
think
dude
so.
who had to buy like 25 X-wings because in the trench
You know
run
what?
there's 25
I
X-wings.
might. I
so
could.
I
I
have
could
to
see
have 'em all.
myself. I could see myself doing something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he build the trench? That'd be rad.
I don't know, but he had to buy like 50 TIE fighters.
I know as a
because there was that many
kid.
in the scene.
As a kid, I always wanted, like, if I got an X-wing, I wanted like 5 of them
Yeah.
because I wanted to
You
have
wanted
like
red
a fleet,
5.
a fleet
I had
of
to have
X-wings.
1 through 5 so I could have
Right.
red 5.
We're gonna have the red 5.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I
One
don't know.
more pass.
All right.
All right.
Anything else?
Nope.
It was quick. We should.
How do you feel about the hockey team's new?
Oh, yeah.
I freaking
name.
love it. I really do.
You like Mammoth?
Yeah, I do. I initially was a Yeti supporter, but when I found out that wasn't a possibility, I switched over to Mammoth.
Yeah.
Outlaw was never an option for me because I thought it was weird that we were gonna support like a rapist and bad. They're bad people, right? They're outlaw. But Bonnie and Clyde were not good people.
No,
they were bad people.
Listen, good people do bad things.
The founding fathers of the United States were
Mammoth
outlaws.
Mammoth never did
true.
anything to nobody.
Yeah, but they fed people.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
Ran people over, dude.
It's true.
Yeah.
Curulums.
How do you feel about the trend of, as a
Tusk
graphic
up.
designer?
Tusk up, dude.
What?
How do you feel, as a graphic designer, how do you feel about the trend of kind of reductionist logos?
Well, that was the thing is when a lot of people don't like the new logo because they've seen all these AI logos and they've seen they're just they're fancy as hell. They've got tons of different
Well,
shades.
that's what I mean.
And that's never going to work as a concept.
I beg to differ.
Because
those types of
Has to
logos
be an iconic,
worked.
simplified logo.
No.
Those logos worked for 20, 30 years.
What?
This reductionist style is all new.
What are
this
you
is like the
talking about?
past. Look at the Jazz logo from the 1990s.
The mountain
Look
one?
at the.
That's what
look
this
at
one's
the,
trying to look like.
No, like that is. There's a whole Reddit section about how all logos and marks are being reduced
I
to
see what
3
you're
colors and simple lines.
But
now.
this is still 3 or 4 colors. The reason you need minimalism is because you have to have something that can be all black, that can be all white, that can be stitched, that can be screen printed.
You're buying
that
into
can
this,
be
the cult of
I'm
reduction.
saying that's
You
what
got
it
a
is.
strong opinion about this too, bro.
I do.
Why?
Because there's so many videos of watching
They're
logos
watering
change over
down.
time.
They're watering down our logos.
They are. They
making
are.
us stupider. It's like fluoride in our water.
Like
Let me
this,
see if I can
you shouldn't
find-
have gradients in a logo. That's crazy.
It's more of a.
This is
umbra,
fine.
Penumbra.
It's still not that complicated of a logo though.
No, it's not. It's not really a gradient either.
No,
Yeah,
this
that one
this
does.
was right here. See how the mountains are a gradient?
Yeah.
Shouldn't have gradients on a logo.
But
I
how
don't.
do you like the tagline "Tusk Up"?
It's fine.
Eh,
It's not like hard on for it or anything, but it's cool.
I'm not with all this.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on what it is, but I don't like it.
Look,
Here's a good example.
It's way too busy, man. Way too busy.
This to this. I'm looking at the Minnesota Timberwolves logo over time, by the way. If
did
you
it
guys wanna look
change
at-
to that?
Yes,
The
this is
wolf
the old
and
one.
the timbers.
And it's every logo across
I don't like the
all
new one.
industries are being reduced to things like this. This looks just like that.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
this is minimalist for sure.
Yeah.
I don't like that they're trying to make it look mean.
But the thing is, yeah, I think
Basketball should be
that other
nice.
that other logo's pretty
Hockey.
smart. It's got the T and
Hockey's
the
a
and
nice
the
game.
It's not about. I agree with you that it's quote unquote smart or clever in the way that they feel like this has an M in it.
It also has the.
I
state
mean,
of
you're just
Utah.
losing all creativity.
See the
It's that they
Utah?
got the Utah in there, yeah.
Utah.
And the mountain,
Yeah.
the top of
Yeah.
his head is the
Right.
mountains.
Yeah.
But this
And
is the
he's got eyes that make him look mean. I don't like that.
Oh.
the Minnesota Timberwolves logo embodies exactly what I'm talking about. Going from colorful logos that are a little bit busier to very minimalist.
Well, I think they
Single
want
marks.
it to be iconic.
This is their current logo. It's this.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. This is like a
Iconography.
concept or
You know what I
something.
mean?
Yeah, but no, there's a whole thing.
Catches the eye.
I thought Spencer would know more about this because there's a whole. I've come
I've
across many threads from
I've
graphic
always
designers.
liked minimalism. It's kind of where I started. I maybe it's just
Like, look
because
at
it's
that.
what
That's
I know how to
fucking
do.
badass.
That's too much.
No, it's cool.
It's too
It's fine.
much. I don't know.
Was it like taking too much brain space to process the
No,
image?
it's just too much. I mean, you can
It's
have
just
that,
too
but you're
much.
not gonna they're not gonna put that on a jersey.
I don't
They
know.
did
You
put
sound
it on
like-
a jersey for 25 years. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
Too much. You got to rebrand.
Listen,
know,
Make it
man.
simpler.
this is what all graphic designers are doing. They're like, oh, it's just too much, man. We gotta.
Yeah, we're
much,
dumbing ourselves
too
down.
busy.
Man, I don't know.
Here, even Coke.
We're losing
Even
it.
Coke over time. Look how nice this was in the 90s. All these shapes and shades to this stupid
I
red.
kind of like that.
I think we just have to agree
Yeah, that
to
was cool.
disagree because I just don't. I don't like the 90s design. I don't like hardly any of it.
Now, I have looked at some
Starbucks.
90s stuff recently. I'm like, man, I don't remember it being this.
It's ugly. It's dated.
Yeah,
I don't know.
90s was rough.
It's only dated because it is the 90s.
Right.
But I think people's point is that like it's it's taking away a lot of like
It's very reductionist.
yes, taking away the color and the fun of it. You know?
Taking all the spice out of life.
Yeah.
And pretty soon we're just going to be one color.
Unspicy.
Like there's really that's
very
only two colors.
non-spicy.
That's 3.
Black doesn't count. It's on a black shirt.
And white doesn't count. Because it's not
You're
a
right.
color.
It's one color.
One color.
It's one fucking color.
Negative space.
Technically, white is
It's
every
usually
color.
negative space for a color.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it. I like everything about it. The tusks up, whatever. Really, it could have been any
too
name.
hard to sound tough.
It could have been any
Tusk
name,
up.
and I would have been happy with it.
Really?
Yeah. Except
Awesome.
You're really.
Yeah. Look how cool the Burger
the
King
newer
logo
one?
used to be to
Is that
the
the
new
new
one. New. See, look how cool that Warner Brothers used to be.
Yeah.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah, it's like people used to.
People
you
used
know,
to actually care, man.
It's like people used to stand for something. Now they just don't.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
I
Look
legitimately
at that
thought
Pepsi, man.
I legitimately
Pepsi
thought Spencer
symbols.
would be well aware of this Internet Explorer over time.
No, I mean, I know that 90s logos were busy and
But you're
ugly,
making it sound like we don't have the technology
Oh,
to
no,
print all
we-
these
we
colors,
do.
man. It
No,
was just
no,
too hard.
But you gotta have.
I don't even know
look,
what we're talking
look at
about
this,
anymore.
Look at
man.
this stitching. You can't stitch something that fancy
You
on a hat.
absolutely
it costs like $8 million.
They
They
did. though.
did.
They did.
Like
They
eight,
did.
$8 to $9 million.
At least.
They had a sewing machine
Trump.
in China. Sign
They
a,
totally
a
did.
5-color logo.
In fact, those are some of the coolest hats
Yeah, I
when
don't
they're
know.
embroidered with a lot of colors.
Yeah, they. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm sorry,
Anyway.
you're wrong. You're
All
wrong.
right, fine. That's
There's no such
fair
thing
enough.
as being right, but you're wrong.
All right, I gotta go home.
Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. Tell your friends.
Tell your friends and neighbors. We're gonna do these. We set a goal for ourselves to do these weekly.
Yes.
Wow.
Weekly podcasts.
Not even easing into it, just going
No,
from like
going.
Well, we
once
used to do
every
it. We used to
4
do it like
months
every
to-
day when we first started. It
It was
like
3 times a
it
week.
became our hyper fixation. We were doing it a
Very
lot.
similar to sex.
Now that we have a permanent studio,
Now it's more similar to sex in our 40s, except we're doing it way more. So we'll be doing it weekly.
it's the reverse. It's the reverse.
instead of monthly.
Right.
It's the reverse refractory rate.
Yeah. So
At least so we said.
if we get a lot of listeners again and people following us, I'll put the website back up.
Get the website. We're just trying to. We like it. It's fun for us.
It's fun.
So,
So find
anyway,
I'm
us on
having
TikTok
A good time.
at the Arctic Pod on TikTok, Facebook,
Not.
and Instagram for episode 149 of the Arctic Podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Danny.
See you next time.